Happy Monday. Following along with the past couple Mondays, we're focused on overhead squats and snatches today. Warm-up is 30 seconds per movement. Start with PVC pass-throughs. Keep a wide grip on your bar that allows you to pass from the front of the hip to the back of the hip without bending the elbows. After that, set your barbell down, set your PVC down, and we'll do squat to stands. Feet should be about shoulder width. You're gonna hold on to the toes, sink your hips down to a deep squat, and then push your hips up into a hamstring stretch. At the bottom, we wanna be able to keep the chest up and keep the hands inside the knees so that we can stretch out the groin by using the elbows to push out on the knees. Then stand up and 30 seconds of lateral hops over the PVC. You can do these over your PVC or over any line on the ground. Then we'll do PVC overhead squats. Find that wide grip on the barbell again. Our goal is to keep our arms locked out and our elbows locked out as we pass through a full depth squat. That means the heels stay on the floor, the hips pass below the knee, and the knees stay out above the feet at the bottom. After that, 30 seconds of the push-up to down dog. Set up in a plank with the hands shoulder width apart. Lower the chest to the floor. Make sure you're keeping the tight plank so that your hips and chest travel down and up together. Hang out at the top in the down dog for a couple seconds. You can pedal the feet, stretch out the hamstrings and calves. After that, you'll do another set of lateral hops over your PVC, and then next, PVC SOTS presses. Sit down in a nice deep squat. Hands. Yeah, these are tough. Okay, wide grip on the bar. Sit down at the bottom of a squat. Our goal is to keep the chest up as much as you can while sitting in that squat and press the bar vertically to lock out overhead. Then we'll go into active Spider-Mans. Hands back in that push-up position. You're going to alternate stepping one foot by the hand and then sink the chest towards the floor. Notice Carly's pushing the knee out as she does this warm-up. You don't want to have the knee buckling in at the top of each rep. You'll finish up this first part of the warm-up with another 30 seconds of lateral hops over your PVC. Next, go into your overhead snatch or overhead squat barbell warm-up. Click the link at the top to watch that. And then we'll finish up with some mobility. Take that PVC back to the wall. We're doing PVC wall squats. So you'll set up with your feet about 6 inches from the wall. You can be farther away if you have limited mobility. You can be closer if you have good upper body mobility. So you're gonna have that PVC locked out. We're trying to keep it right above the back rack. So a little forward, Carly, right there. So keeping the arms locked out overhead, not letting the elbows bend. We're trying to minimize that urge to lower the chest as we sink down into the squat. So nice and slow and controlled. Really try to let those hips pass below the knees without collapsing at the bottom. After 1 minute of this, drop that PVC in the wall turn back stretch. Have your arm against the wall.
Don't have it against the wall this way.
I think it's that one.
Okay.
So you'll have your hand perpendicular to the wall with the fingers turned back. Rotate your body so it's facing the opposite direction. You should feel this through the wrist, forearm, biceps. 1 minute per side. Monday's class workout will start with 10 minutes to build to a moderately heavy set of 2 overhead squat from the rack. So you'll unrack the barbell on the back, move your hands out to your snatch grip, and then use your hips to either push press or push jerk that bar overhead. Once you have it locked out overhead, we're gonna keep the upper body tight, keep the core engaged, push the hips back, and pass through a full squat. Wanna keep the heels on the ground, the arms locked out, and the knees out, passing through the full depth. A couple faults that we'll see are first, athletes going to the toes at the bottom. Don't keep squatting lower if you're gonna sacrifice the heel down position. Also, another common fault is the arms bending to get lower in this position. Again, limit yourself to where you can keep your arms locked out. Finally, We'll see some athletes bring their knees together, buckling at the bottom. Fight to keep those knees pushed out. That'll help you keep your chest up at the bottom of the rep. Monday's workout is Speed Demon. 3-minute AMRAP, 3 minutes rest, 4 rounds. Every interval starts with a 200-meter run, followed by a set of lateral burpees over the bar. Chest and thighs touch the floor at the bottom. There's no requirement to stand up at the top of the rep. After your set of burpees, max reps in the remaining time of overhead squats. You're going to power snatch or squat snatch that first rep. Once it's locked out overhead, use the remaining time to perform as many overhead squats as you can. The burpee reps decrease every round from 15 down to 6, and the overhead squat weight increases every round from 75-55 all the way up to 135-95. Have fun. Monday's home gym variation will be a little longer. 5 rounds for time of a 400-meter run. Substitute any cardio option. It's going to take about 2 to 2.5 minutes. Followed by 21 single dumbbell goblet squats. You'll hold on to both heads of the dumbbell, up by the front rack, up by the neck, pass through a full depth squat. After you open the hips, press the dumbbell overhead. Make sure you're pushing the head through at the top. The dumbbell should finish over the middle of the body. After you finish your 21 reps, drop the dumbbell and 21 traditional burpees, chest to floor, jump and clap overhead. Make sure we're trying to get the body vertical and the hips open at the top of each rep. This should be a longer workout, probably in the 20 to 25 minute range. It's okay to break up those goblet thrusters, but don't go so heavy to where you'll need more than a couple sets to finish the 21. We have a challenging strict gymnastics accessory piece on Monday. 7 minutes, as many reps as possible. 1 dead stop strict handstand push-up, and then 1 dead stop ring push-up, and then 2 and 2, 3 and 3, continue on the whole way. You're gonna pause for 1 second at the bottom of each rep. So the handstand push-up, you're gonna kick up to the wall, you're gonna lower down and pause for a second with your head on the floor. After you come down, make sure you squeeze that stomach, avoid arching excessively, and press up. You'll see, super challenging when you lose all that tension at the bottom. Then move over to a low set of rings. We're gonna do a 1 second stop at the bottom of the push-up. So start extension. We're trying to keep the rings tucked in. Notice they're straight down. They're never going out to the sides. So lower down. The shoulders should be below the top of the ring. The lower you can go, the better. Pause for 1 full second at the bottom and press back up. Want to make sure we're moving the hips and the shoulders together on these. A lot of people will just lower their shoulders down and keep their hips up like they're piking. Make sure you're getting that good depth at the bottom of each rep with that 1 second pause. Keep going as long as you can for 7 minutes.